Hello friends and people that are just walking across this video. This is John here with Studio Oracles. I wanted to share with you a little bit of the introduction and kind of the basis for what I'm doing, and also my wife Amy. And just the very premise or foundation, if you will, of why it is that we tune in and hone in the way we do to hear for humanity, someone just as yourself, in this area of the studio. And I'm going to break that down for you. Why Studio Oracles? Why that name? Well, studio represents for us and for so many in the entertainment industry something that has a basis of artistry to it. And so the currents, the Christ currents that we'll be giving out, which I'll explain as well for those of you that aren't familiar with what I'm meaning by that terminology, basically they're oracles, they're impressions, they're a voice to reveal that God is actually looking in on your life. Not only looking in, but the non-religious God also has your back. And so, again, I'll explain a little bit more of that as we go. The word studio, has such a beautiful artistry for so many, that meaning. And the area that we'll be focusing on with these oracles is just that. Whether it's a TV studio, whether it's a music studio, an artist studio, something in line with the whole arts and entertainment world. Why do we choose those arenas? Well, first of all, it's because it's our passion. We thoroughly love anything to do with arts and entertainment that speaks to the good of humanity. There is a dark side to things, and we're not focusing on that. We're focusing on the good and the light, which is the majority. So we believe the world is getting better, not worse. And you're going to see that through our messages, because if we serve and if we love and if we have any level of relationship with love, then we know that God is love without religion attached. So religion has gotten its wires crossed on so many levels throughout the ages, and really perverted something that was never meant to be perverted. There's an innocence to love that we believe that God is the very substance or source of. So anytime we return to innocence, or we see the innocence of a child, or we do good for mankind, random acts of kindness, those kind of things, acts of compassion, then I believe we are serving the true and living God that happens to dwell and take up his residence inside of you, as well as the universe. So, studio. And then oracles, we'll be focusing on that arena. Everything to do with that arena. Let me back up. So when I say we're focusing on that arena, what I mean by that is anybody that's maybe struggling in the industry, that's looking for some sort of an answer or relief or some sort of solution, or maybe it's the very next step that you're just pulling your hair out with, and you're like, forget it, I'm ready to give up. That's what people like Amy and I are here for. Studio Oracles is here for us to speak life into that, and not only speak life into that, but hit it where it really matters. And that is, wow, how in the world did they know that about my life? Well, anytime that you lean in to love and the currency, not only currency as a substance, but currency as a fluid energy, the spirit of things, then you're going to get some secret, some mystery that no one would know that you knew, because you're going into a place that only God knows. So whether it's encouragement or possibly direction for the next step, or some kind of divine synchronicity, that's what we're here for. So we'll be speaking into those things. Now, the oracles part, we've come to realize and experience in our lives, we've really exercised the gift, like a prophetic gift, for years, decades, Amy and I. And we've tapped into how it operates in many ways, but there's so much to explore. It's endless, it's limitless, as you may well know. But the oracle, we believe, is a little bit higher than that, or more in depth or more expanded consciousness than prophetic or prophecy. Prophecy predicts something, it sees something ahead or sees something in the current now. possibly even the past, but you mainly focusing on the current now and in the future. Whereas an oracle embodies the very presence of Christ within, or the Christ consciousness within and without, to where you're actually gleaning on the thoughts of God, the nuances of God, the impressions, the impulses of love. And so anytime that happens, then you're going to get something that's very tangible and very much a, quote, secret or mystery, if you will, brought into the light. And that's where it gets really fun. And we'll explain the process as we go. Oftentimes our process is that I get a lot of imagery within, internally, out of the third eye, the mind's eye, the spirit of the mind. And I'll get impressions, I'll see pictures, I'll see like a daydream, if you will, internally. You know how just as you daydream about something good in your life, some people focus on the bad, but we're focusing on the good. Then you go right into this dream state in the awake state, in the awakened world, where we're awake, we're actually looking at a daydream. That's what it means, daydream. You're having a dream in the middle of the day, but you're awake. And so oftentimes it'll be in that, and then we just follow the bunny trail. We follow the rabbit trail all the way through until the end of what God may be saying in the moment. So we call them Christ currents, because Christ means the presence in the now, the presence of love, the presence of God in the now. And then currents, you're just jumping into the river of the heart-centered current. It's no longer in the head. It's not an egoic stance. It's in the current, in the flow of what love is trying to say, or is saying, not trying to, is saying to your life. So, Studio Oracles. It's unique in the fact that we just focus mainly on the individuals and the industry as a whole. So, like I said, it may be someone in Nashville that we see, maybe someone in LA, maybe someone in Hong Kong, maybe someone in Honolulu, maybe somebody in India, somebody from around the world that we may get the download for, right on video, right on audio, and then give that message out. And what's cool about this is really interesting is that because God knows, because the consciousness knows collectively all over the planet and the cosmos, it actually acts as a magnetism and a magnetic pulse or a magnetic drawing, to where you could leave it out on social media for any given time, and it could mean something for more than one person, or the person may not be ready to hear it, but will in a month from now. And that's what's great about this, is because even when you give the word, give the currency in the present moment, it could be for somebody a year from now, it could be for somebody right now. Oftentimes it is for somebody right in this current present moment, but sometimes it is for somebody that's not quite ready to hear it, and then they'll click on it a month from now or a year from now, and they're going, what in the world? This is right on time. We don't operate in linear time when we're in the spirit. We operate on eternal time. So the eternal consciousness, past, present, future, always knows when that word will be relevant to that individual or a group of people or an industry. So you may hear us talk about how the industry is changing, or where it's headed, where it's been, where it's going, where it is now. You may hear us talk about people, places, and things, just all three. You may hear us talk about a very specific individual that this currency is for, this Christ current is for. I can't tell you how excited I am about this. I may not be able to tell here because I'm having to be, postured in this beach chair on a beach in Maui, by the way. Beautiful day, beautiful morning. And I'm trying to contain it, but I'm so excited about this. I've been wanting to do this for years, but mainly in the religious circles, and then I was pulled out or drawn out of that to humanity, because anytime that you focus on a smaller circle of something that's an institution, then you're going to have institutional mindsets. And so this isn't about religion. This is about a Christ consciousness speaking to humanity, because Christ consciousness knows exactly where you are and who you are. So that's what's fun about this. That's what's exciting. And I want you to know that you're going to experience transformation. You're going to experience joy. You're going to experience laughter, crying, you're going to experience a whole host of things that may make you feel um, all kinds of emotions, and that's okay. It's gonna make you feel wonderful. It's gonna make you feel possibly sad. It's gonna make you feel joyful. It's gonna make you feel excited and elated, and that's wonderful. You're gonna feel all kinds of things, but more than anything, it's gonna help you transcend the egoic side, the wounded side of your life, to where you can move into a more healed space and know what that next unfolding may be. Okay? So stay tuned for some amazing, amazing stuff on Studio Oracles. Okay? So John here from Hawaii, Maui. Aloha. We'll see you in the next one.